I am your motivational speaker, and you will be motivated when you hear me through your speakers, also known as Queen Boss Lady. This message is for my young people or anybody that feels that it applies, but specifically for my young people. And I just want to give a shout out to all my young people. What's up? And I just want to encourage you young people today and motivate you young people today with this message that I'm bringing your way. These ain't no showstoppers. They just some panty droppers. And I say that to encourage you to not be so sexually active just because other young girls are getting more attention than you. They're getting more attention than you because they're doing certain things to get that type of attention. I also want to say, for my 18-year-olds and up, don't out-screw yourself. Don't out-screw yourself trying to get the attention of men. Just because you're supposed to be friend or someone that you consider your friend get more attention from men, or it just seems like men just flock to them, it's because they know that they're not a showstopper. They just penny droppers. They know that these women are easily influenced, easily targeted, easily manipulated, and easy to drop those panties. So they know when they look at you, you're not easily manipulated. You're not easily influenced. But I just get this feeling of you questioning yourself, like, why? Am I not attractive enough? Am I not pretty enough? Am I not loud enough? You are just right for the right man or for the right young man to date you, to coach you, court you. And that's why they overlook you. That's why they flock to your so-called friends. Your so-called friends is putting all these bodies on her. And then you get the same reputation as your friend. When in reality, half the guys your friend has been with don't even know if you are a man or a woman. But just by you hanging with her, it's like you're guilty by association. I would motivate you today to stray away from these so-called friends, even grown women that are so overly sexually active. In the spiritual realm, we call them Jezebels. They have these Jezebel spirits on them. They cannot get anything from a man without using their body, without manipulating him, without allowing him to penetrate, concentrate, and articulate. You're the one that stands out. So you wasn't made to fit in. The men that have been in your life, they're different from the men that your so-called friends choose to deal with. Because you are the showstopper. because you're not the penny dropper. So don't let these easily accessible, they easily access, these skeezers play you into thinking you missing out on something by not laying on your back with Jim, James, Jones, Tyrone. Because trust me, even as an adult, these women, these Jezebels do have a nerve. My God, they even have the balls to try to make you feel less than because you ain't slutting yourself out. That's because you don't have to. And these men gonna still do whatever you need them to do. They're still gonna eat out of the palm of your hand because they love your presence or they like you. See, these penny droppers, they don't have that essence about them where a man just knows what woman he's gonna respect and what woman he's going to neglect and check and just be another notch under his belt, be just another thing that he talks about with the homeboys, just another fling. And for a lot of these men, you intimidate them, you make them mad, you make them angry because they want you to be a panty dropper. And because you're not, they want to slander you. They want to slander your name in the community. But baby, hold your head high to the sky, because sky is the limit for you, because you have something that these skeezers don't have at an early age. You have self-control of your sexual energy. So don't ever let a nigga get near you and in your ear and try to tell you different. Try to make you feel like you ain't good enough because you ain't hoeing enough. These aren't the friends for you. That ain't the man for you. And I'm sure he can go and dig through the trash and find exactly what he's looking for. If he's not willing to take his time to get to know what's in your mind so that you can continue to shine, baby, he's not the one for you. If he chooses your friend over you, let them go and be happy, boo. Because you'll see them crash out. You'll see them get into things with these men, and you will be thinking yourself in the end like, yes, self, I love you. I'm so glad I had some self-worth. I'm so glad I had some class about myself. I'm so glad I had some boundaries. I'm so glad. You may be the type of young woman that, you're shy. So you're not easily intimate with every man that you come in contact with. You're going to thank yourself for that. When you look at these so-called friends 5 years later, 10 years later, and they look old and ran through, that's because they are. And you look young and youthful because you didn't let every nigga climb on top of you. Now, still be aware of these niggas because they will really try to get into your head just to get into your bed. Oh, well, you ain't prettier than Keisha. And they will want you to prove that you're prettier than Keisha or Aisha or whatever your friend is. And this is how they want you to prove it. Oh, you ain't prettier than Keisha because she know how to, slurp on a player. So that's how you want me to define if I'm prettier than another woman? Baby, let the trash accumulate with the trash and let the class stay with the class. And another thing about these skeezers, they always want to connect themselves to a good girl like you, just to ruin your image, just to ruin your reputation, just so you can be seen as a whore, just like her. Because birds of a feather flock together. So men ain't gonna be like, it ain't gonna be no group of women and it's 4 of y'all and you the only one that's not a skeezer. You the only one that's not giving it up so easy. And this could very well be the case, but they're not gonna see it that way. They're gonna see y'all all as one band, one sound. And you may think like, this is my friend, you know, opposites attract, that's what she do, and you know, that's not what I do, and that's all fine. But you have to make a decision for yourself, young people. Do you want to really take on the reputation of somebody else when you ain't putting in that work? You ain't shooting in that gym. So why would you want to fit in with them? You wasn't made to, because you are the showstopper. You're not the panty dropper. And these women that's around you, these young people that's around you, that's the only reason why they want to be your friend, why they want to sit and pretend like they like you. No, they want to be seen with you. They want to be seen out in public with you. Because you're the showstopper. You attract the men. Without you, the men don't even look and turn and acknowledge them. So you're being used. Just by your energy, just by you being the showstopper, they're using you. Don't let these people determine your self-worth. Don't let these people make you feel like you don't fit in with them. And they'll make it seem like selling pussy is like having the best time of their life. Like they're on they just on a real money spree or a shopping spree, or you know, life is just beautiful being an exotic dancer and you're not kiki, and they'll actually laugh at you because you're the good girl, you're going to school, you're in college, or you're in high school. They will actually pick on you for not having as many bodies as they do. That right there should steer you in a different direction from these individuals. They will make it seem like them being on their backside with Harry, Dick, and Tom James is like hitting the lotto, when really they empty inside. And every man they lay with takes something out of them, including their pride. So baby, you hold your head high and don't let them discourage you for your self-worth, for you having standards, for you keeping it classy. Dismiss them. Make room for the new. Make room for people that's like-minded like you. Because if you don't have no space for the new, because it's occupied with old trash and skeezer friends, then you're not gonna have no room to accept somebody like you. That's the only reason that they're in your life, is to occupy space, so you won't have room to receive what's great. Be encouraged, young people, and let this message motivate you. To the next video. I care for you guys. Sky is the limit.